What are AI meme coins? AI meme coins are making millionaires on a daily basis. AI Solana meme coins are making millionaires on a daily basis. Sell all of them now. They are topping as we speak. Today we'll figure out what are the AI plays you might want to get positioned in currently. What are the undervalued picks on the marketplace right now? Sell them all. They're all going to zero very soon. And if there is any upside left in AI coins at this stage, and what potentially is the new upcoming matter that new rotation of meme coin casino gambling will essentially come to. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's start. Here's the chart of gold, the largest AI meme coin at this stage. Let me explain what are they, and is there actually innovation, any innovation connected to them, or why people are going crazy about them currently at this stage. Certain participants on the marketplace are seeing this as a new innovation, and the whole thesis behind innovation is that these are LLM models similar to ChatGPT that are running their own Twitter accounts. They're capable of replying to people, they are capable of talking to people on Twitter, they're capable to infinitely actually lead their own Twitters. So it's not like some type of influencer who would eventually stop talking about the coin, or he'll get exhausted, or he'll get sick. These things, they will work infinitely for the infinite amount of time out there. At the same time, there was a huge fun on X happening around this being a bundled cabal launch as well. 100% it is. I do not believe that this amount of capital could be acquired and absorbed by the coin without the supply controllage of the coin at the same stage. And we do have a bunch of AI coins currently. Some of them are about different tech communities like E-ACC, for example, which is connected to humans becoming new type of civilization, being able to get energy from the sun and things like that. There are different communities and different meme tokens around gold that gold AI account was talking to, but I do believe we are at the top currently. I called Mudan top within 48 hours. I'm calling the top on AI meme coins currently at this stage. And I think what people do not understand that yes, the tech is interesting. It's interesting new idea. The Twitter profile is talking infinitely to other people, but what people do not understand is TikTok brain and pure human beings and human psychology, right? Right now, we do have derivatives of gold this day that are not even able to run to $2 million market cap. Maybe it's because these are like this type of hours, currently JIT hours, as some people say, because we're very close to the night time in the US currently, and people tend to sell before they go to sleep. The attention span, I would say that this thing took a little bit more of attention span from the marketplace already as usual. And the main reason for that is because it is not that obvious, right? For example, in the case of Mudan, it was quite obvious, like it's a cute animal. We've seen that, we know what to expect. It has the ceiling, and yeah, it was pretty much obvious from this point of view. Here, you kind of have to research a little bit, and interestingly speaking, when this thing is surging up, and when it's a bit harder to understand, you have a threshold to actually enter and to actually see and to actually value this thing for yourself. And that's why kind of it creates this inflated valuation. But I do think that we should not be underestimating the TikTok fish brain of the current human being, of the human being of the year 2024. This thing is interesting for 10 days. Currently, I feel it in the ether. I feel the energy. I feel that people stop giving a shit about it at this stage. And that's why I'm calling this a top, and at the same time, because of the fact that chart-wise, I do think this thing is topping. I do think this was the second high, and from here we should be consolidating the same way as Mudan and essentially go into zero eventually as well. I'm honestly not seeing this meta picking up. There is certain discussion about neo-cults being able to be developed around these type of things. So when essentially we have AI leading the cult and things like that, it's very hard for me to say that, right? Because imagine Trump. Trump is a real person. He can cause emotions. He can make jokes. He can make people laugh. He is not artificial. He can get killed, which is a very important thing. I would even argue that if Trump gets killed, his cult will even strengthen. Because like a dead leader of a cult, it's like Christianity in a way, right? People do understand it's artificial, it's AI in the first place. And yeah, I don't think that we will be able to ever, because people are attracted to things that are similar to us, right? Some of you might think, well, I missed the trend. I should probably be getting into some better place because this liquidity will be coming into better place. If it would be 2017 type of crypto market, yeah, this type of logic definitely makes sense and you would be right. Currently, it's way different. We're still in a harsh PvP scenario. This is just a new evolution of PvP that will be dying out in local topping very, very soon. And interesting thing is better plays currently. They are running along with alpha play. And I saw this on Muden, 100%. Muden was pumping. We had a bunch of better plays like Pesto, like Munio, like others, and they were running along when Muden was running. And when Muden started to correct, this liquidity did not come to better plays. It did not, because people understood like why I would essentially be taking my profits and getting them into better place so other people will just be able to take profits on me. It does not make sense. We are in a new evolution of PvP market. This type of logic does not work. And this is actually a piece of alpha. I don't think you're getting this anywhere because it's pure from the pattern recognition and market experience that just happened recently. I would say it's just the purest piece of alpha out there. So we might have some late outliers running, right? But overall, I do think that with the first larger correction of gold, this matter will be done. And I do think that people already are seeing this happening, right? And the main question I think you should have in your head is, what is the next meta? Am I positioned properly in the next meta in order to get advantage of all these capital inflows in the next meta? Partially the issue with the current crypto market is that when new meta comes, old tokens, they don't tend to run. Usually new token runs, right? The only benefit with this meta is that we had kind of this first pump, a bunch of things that they pumped into the first pump, and then they died out. And you had a bunch of time to actually buy into right here. After some time, once this market will be a bit more mature, this inefficiency will get solved as well. You won't have the option to be buying into these dips, right? After these dips, essentially, the market was pumping, moving further as well, and the asset was reaching crazy prices. One of the issues with different metas on the marketplace is that when we have the new meta, people on this market, they tend not to buy into the bags of all the tokens. Obviously, we did have the meta of all the tokens, right? Most of the potential on them is exhausted on a range of them on Solana. However, there is still few of them that I would like to share, right? So let's talk about potential new meta. What can it be? Where people are positioning into currently, and what will be happening moving further. Before we start, a important note on DGT token that I was talking about yesterday. Chart kind of looks interesting if you think about that. It's either core level for the support, or we're essentially going lower, and yeah, we might have some consolidation after. So I shared yesterday that most of the supply is sniped, which is not true. And the team shared with me this message. We bought less than 8% of the supply after launch, and these funds are distributed to KOLs to support project growth. This is not the majority of supply. However, we also have a treasury team allocation and additional KOLs allocations, all of which are currently locked. So I was wrong in terms of the extensivity of the supply control by the team, which is probably not a great thing to share from my end, right? So I want to fix it currently. Essentially, I am updating you on this out. And as mentioned, if election meta will be picking up and if Trump will be winning, this thing should be receiving a nice amount of liquidity, because any type of tokens with Trump in its name, they should be receiving a certain amount of liquidity out there, 100%. As we are coming to the new potential meta, I want to focus your attention on several peaks that have the signs of accumulation currently, some short-term metas, and overall general metas on the marketplace that should be coming. I'm not essentially declining my words regarding election meta and regarding the BTC ecosystem meta as well. Again, this is not just something I came up with, this is something I'm seeing in the charts. A lot of these tokens, they're essentially coiling up currently, printing out the same patterns as coins from previous metas were printing out there. And then the coins are printing on the marketplace currently. We should be coming into election meta even if we will be correcting on the marketplace, and I still expect a new all-time high for BTC this month, and I do think that BTC wise we actually have reversed already, right? And that's why essentially we have a huge FOMO around BTC. We'll have huge FOMO around BTC Echo, and people should be buying into the BTC Echo out there essentially as well. This is the overview that I'm seeing currently, and this is the current situation on Bitcoin chart that I'm seeing right now. As you can see, we're forming a very similar reversal pattern that we were forming before at these levels, which the breakout from here was followed by 15% price action on the BTC, right? I honestly expect something similar, which would put us at $76,000, which is essentially the same as previous all-time high, right? Around the same levels, and it will be a new all-time high. Honestly, I just expect this fractal is just copied from here, right? I just expect this fractal a bit more uptrendy, a bit more straight in comparison to this one, because at this stage it will be obvious that we broke through, it will be obvious that we're going higher, and people, I think, will be jumping into BTC like crazy. Currently we can see reversal kind of right here and exactly the same. And what's interesting is that several days ago, I think even 2 days ago, I was showing you 3 scenarios that I'm seeing BTC wise. First one was just pumping higher from here, second one is the current one, third one is us going lower to around $64,000 and reversing from there. It seems like the second scenario is playing out, and on video I specifically told you the first one I would like to see, the second one is the one that is most likely to happen, which is exactly that happened. BTC currently is following this scenario right now. I do believe we are forming this third low in order to confirm the reversal, and from there we should be surging higher, moving further. Speaking of different metas and different meme coins out there, I think we all have to understand what are these plays that these people trading meme coins would eventually be coming back into. In order to understand the next meta, I think we should look at Popcat. Popcat just today had created a new all-time high, right? $1.5 billion, 1.6 at the top. And I think by itself, it should be starting the meta. And what are some people essentially talking about on the marketplace is repricement for some cat coins on the market. You have some picks like Minchi and Mini, for example, they're cat coins. They're also on Murat list. So probably you might actually expect certain movement in them short term. Although the market cap for them is quite high, and until people who trade actively on the marketplace, until they will be making substantial, like really substantial amounts of money, I won't expect these things to move really heavily. Although it's on the Murat list, despite the fact I think that hype for Murat is going down and we are after the peak already, 100%, right? These are just these things that you can hold steadily, and most likely it should be following the path of Popcat, obviously in the later stages of the market out there. Second thing that's on the Murat list, which is a cat coin also, is Mini. And Mini is receiving, we're like bouncing from these lows currently. The chart kind of looks similarly to Sigma if you think about that. And back in July, also had the option to buy it at $2 million market cap, similar to Sigma, right? The all-time high is at $80 million, which is 42x. Right now, we're at $50 million out there. I think I was not calling this one in my Discord. I think it might be just the only one that I was not calling out there, right? Which is a very, very decent situation. Will it catch a bit? It's hard to say. Like it just moves like the chart of Sigma. Ideally, I would want to see a bit more consolidation around these levels. Obviously, it might not happen in case we would have a crazy market surge up and just everything going higher, which I expect to happen. At the same time, it would probably be underperforming. At the same time, if you're buying with size and you understand what type of axis you're focusing on, it still would be pretty nice, right? Selfie is also number 2 dog called by Murat, which is very, very close to breakout currently, right? And a very, very interesting things on the chart are actually being printed. As you can see, we touched this level here, which is kind of our resistance before the all-time high, right? We touched it again and we got rejected. Usually, what does it mean is that we would continue, and this time we should not be essentially breaking it heavily down, because you can see from here we get rejected to this level, right? And from here, thus far, we only got rejected to this level. Therefore, we should continue. And once it's a breakout, once it's all-time high, more and more people will essentially be buying. You can see the same thing happen on the chart as well. We had a huge liquidity area at this level. We touch it here, we get rejected heavily, right? The same thing happened here. Moved up, rejected heavily. Probably we will be breaking out the same way we broke out right here. So if you can actually check, I do think that the current situation that we're seeing currently, right here is very, very similar to the situation that you are seeing right here. And I think we should be repeating this fractal on selfie. I think this is one of the great mid caps, and you might want to use this as like safe leverage for Solana. Kyle Chase is on board with this thing as well. Crazy whales, like the guys that became quite rich because they know how to trade on this market specifically, that therefore they should be pushing this asset moving further as well. Popcat whales, NeuroCTO whales, and these are all the same people, right? So a very, very interesting situation is essentially happening on the marketplace out there with this one. Probably, to be honest, each and every one of you who's trying to trade Solana memes, if you have like at least $50,000, you can put your $50,000 into selfie and forget about this cycle. Just chill, relax. You probably will make $1 million at least just by holding, right? And maybe even more if we are going higher than $1 billion market cap at this stage. Something I wanted to share as well, a nice low cap. It's $2 million market cap. Crazy chart at this stage because we kind of got this reaction from support level, and you might even say that like the most level of liquidity that we touched the most is this one. So I would say that we are at certain deviation at this stage, and interestingly we are forming reversal pattern the same as we are forming on BTC currently. I don't know if you can see it right now, but it's pretty much the same thing. This low, have this low, I think like right here. So we're kind of forming it right now, just that the chart is moving a bit faster as this is a lower cap, but this might be a very, very nice play out there. Counter on chain is bullish on this thing as well, which I like. Quality is quite nice. So yeah, if we would be seeing additional dips, I would be looking to accumulate a bit more myself as well. Next thing is Zazu, something I wanted to share. It's also being was pushed by selfie whales, right? And by some people in the marketplace. Kind of seem dead currently. Community is not very, very active, right? It just has a crazy ass consolidation at this stage. We're probably going to, we should have level around 1 million here, but if you're going lower, issue that I see here is that I'm not seeing consolidation on this chart yet. It just at this stage is just downwards, but ideally you would want to see the consolidation. You might arguably say that we've just seen the first week of consolidation right here, this one, right? And ideally you would want to buy the charts that showed certain tracement of consolidation already. It just means that you are probably entering at the best entry point possible. It would probably mean that you found that it have found the bottom as well, and probably mean that you would have to wait the least because this thing is very, very close to breakout out there. So these are several Solana picks that I wanted to share. Last two are low caps, others they are just for the large amount of capital, and I do expect certain rotation to happen into them. Honestly, I do expect that from each and every meta, certain capital will be rotating into some of these picks out there, which would eventually push them high, probably closer to the larger caps that I shared, and a bit more relevant to the lower caps, but they should be picking up steam over time as well. Again, just following the charts, following the I shared, I do think election meta and BTC ECA is essentially the next to run. The only issue I have is that with certain coins in these metas, some things, they will be developed from scratch. They will be new runners, right? So it's kind of hard to position in all the coins, while at the same time all the coins should be receiving liquidity, and it also depends on the chain, because Solana wise, yeah, you probably will have a range of new runners like Mark, for example, at this stage already. Ethereum wise, I do think people would want to invest in the current tokens with bottomed out charts. I've shared a bunch of them with you already, right? And I do think that they will be doing quite well moving further. So yeah, from my point of view, AI meta is very, very close to die out. I don't think there will be a rotation in the better place following the things that happened in the marketplace with Mudeng going to zero. There was no rotation into the Mudeng better place. And I don't think that people underestimate the presence of relevancy in different metas in human brain, and how much we're actually focusing on different narratives. And I do think that rotation already started to happen with like smartest money out there and smartest whales out there in these type of tokens. I also do think they are sweeping the floors on political action coins out there. Thank you very much for watching this video. Stay healthy and rich, and I will be seeing you tomorrow.